Greetings, family. This is Bomani Tamba, and welcome to our Tanzania conference calls to get you prepared for the journey of a lifetime on our fifth Tanzania journey, November 20th to December 1st. So appreciate everybody taking time out your schedule to join us. Uh, my goal is always to go over as much information as possible to get all of us prepared for our upcoming journey of a lifetime and just go through all the details as best as possible and answer all questions. And in between these conference calls, I make myself flexible and available throughout the week. You can always email, text, or call me. And my goal is to communicate and assist you as best as possible. All right, so family, last conference call, we went through the full itinerary and also went through some of the flight details that was primarily on KLM. So tonight, I want to continue the details on the journey and also go through visas and also the flights on Delta Airlines and also the flights on Air Tanzania, which I'll be emailing everyone their direct tickets. The tickets were taken care of a few weeks back, and I just have to go through to send everyone an email via PDF to where you can just print your PDF ticket. So I'll definitely also go through that and also show you how to access your Air Tanzania flight information. All right, so the first thing I want to start off with is just do a general screen sharing, and this is of our website details. So I'm always recommending everyone that's traveling with us in general to just make sure that they visit our website. That's where all of our details for our traveling uh, information is on. I do send newsletters and I do send emails, but the emails are just, there's only so much emails you can send. And my goal is not to send anyone just a whole lot of emails because with all the other junk emails you get, things get lost in the email process. So I'm always just making sure everybody is clear that 100% of your travel details for our upcoming journeys on any of the tours that we have on our website is right here on the website. So once you get to our website, what you're looking at is literally the website version for your desktop and for your laptop. If you're viewing our information on your phone, what you won't see is the slideshow in the middle, which is a showcase of photos from anywhere from 2006 to 2025, celebrating the 19 years of our journeys throughout different parts of Africa. And then on the left is a beautiful audio or MP3 player titled Love and Revolution. It's just a sequence of just our Africa connection. So it's primarily about 90% reggae music based on my roots and culture from being born in Kingston, Jamaica, and just being connected to my roots and culture to the music of our great Rasta reggae artists that talk greatly about our connection in Africa. And that's how a lot of us learn about Africa because most Rasta reggae artists have a great connection with Africa, and that's how you learn your roots and culture and consciousness. So you hear many different songs talking about Africa, and there's other songs. It's something that you can listen to or you can pause. And if you're specifically on the mobile version, that feature is completely disabled. So if you want to just see the slideshow and listen to the music, you just have to use it from your desktop or laptop options. And scrolling down, what I have is my Google Business Review link, which I always recommend anyone that travel with us in general to just make a review. I usually send these things out on WhatsApp and also sometimes via email. But it's not a whole bunch of reviews because and we can't really force people to make reviews. But trust me, if I did something to people, they'll make a bunch of bad reviews. So what you see is a lot of positive reviews. Now, coming down, what you're going to see is the homepage, and it's Africa Tours and Investment. So we do have a investment project called Black Star Pan-African Community, which is always in the works for Ghana. And as time go along, we'll figure other things out on the African continent. Below that is the Africa tour books. So once you click on the link, you'll see four tour books also for Tanzania. It's a program guide that gives you this full flow of the itinerary, all the sites that we'll visit, introduction of myself, our tour staff, and then this also our promotions as far as our marketing information and things that we're doing as far as other countries and uh, just anything about our company and our organization. So you're more than welcome to click on the link. You could download any of the PDF books. I've posted it a few times also on our group WhatsApp. It's a lot of things that get posted on there, but you have access to view the book as a slideshow or flip book, and also download the PDF file. Then our newsletters, for anyone that's interested in joining our newsletters, we just usually send out newsletters for the different programs that we have and conference calls. So you can always just add your name if your name is not added to it. Usually, if you're traveling with me on a current journey, I don't just put your name on there because I don't want you to get emails that's irrelevant to your current journey. Uh, and then for those who get newsletters that are not interested, it's a subscription, so you can always unsubscribe. So sharing that with you directly. And below that is Africa repatriation consultation and relocation support. For those who are ever looking to do more than just a tour to the African continent, myself, my staff, my crew, we do our best to get you connected. Exclusive African safaris in Tanzania. That's something I'm working on to just assist more people in wanting to visit different parts of Africa for this exclusive safari. So that's a link I'm working on. But after that link is it goes right into our tour schedule with the furthest journey away. And for us, the most current journey coming up is Tanzania Roots and Culture Tour November 2025. So what you do is just click on that link, and then once you click on that link, what you see is this page. And this is the information that before I usually just accept payments from anyone, I'm always encouraging everyone to this. I know it may be a lot of information, but if you're going to invest in a journey like this, it's always recommend that you read all of the fine details and all the full details and reach out to me for as many questions or talk to me about anything for clarity before you make a commitment. That's one of the things that's always advised. So once you're on the journey, uh, your commitment is based on the general terms. So we have the overview, which is just basically what's included, what's not included, overview of all the sites, the flight details. And then when we move to the itinerary, it's a full day-to-day itinerary from flight schedule. And later on, I'll edit the itinerary to where it does say we're going to leave November 20th from the US, and then November 21st, we're all connected to our KLM flight. But right now, I have it shown from Atlanta since the majority of us are leaving from Atlanta. But even though the majority of us are leaving from Atlanta, we don't all have the same flight schedule. Like example, my flight schedule shows I'm leaving from Atlanta to New York JFK, and some flight schedule may show leaving from Atlanta directly to Amsterdam, and some may show leaving from Atlanta to Detroit. So we all have different flight schedule, but the one thing that we all have in common is all of us get to Amsterdam anywhere from 2 to 3 hours before the flight that goes to Tanzania. And so we'll all have our meetup in Amsterdam. And then for those of us that are meeting in Atlanta and meeting in New York and meeting in Detroit, uh, you have flights together to where different segments of us will meet together. And that's kind of the three different groups of us that are leaving. It's Atlanta, Detroit, and JFK, New York. Everyone basically have flights leaving from those three cities directly to Amsterdam. And it took me a whole lot of coordination to put that all together and make it work in sequence for those who have roommates and those who are traveling together to leave from those cities together. So everything that I do is military coordination with the best and the greatest logistics that we can put together. And it's the same thing as the itinerary as you move from Kilimanjaro to Arusha, Arusha to Zanzibar Island, Zanzibar Island to Dar es Salaam, and I'll explain those details. And this goes back to 2020 when during the COVID era, many countries wouldn't allow us to travel and do tourism, but I'm a determined person and I would not let any pandemic, epidemic, or whatever else is going on in the world financial crisis, or just anything going on, stop our connection from Africa. So I'm proud to say that I've been able to travel to the African continent 21 straight years and then 19 straight years in business nonstop without the things that have gone on in the world. So Tanzania came up because I was not able to take our group to Senegal and Gambia and also take them to South Africa. I was still able to go to Ghana at the end of the year, but was not able to go at the beginning of the year. So Tanzania became a schedule that was open, and I appreciate the government of Tanzania to just keeping their country open because they have a lot of responsibilities in Tanzania. When you're a mega country like Tanzania, you have so many other countries around you depending on your ports and depending on your logistics in your country and depending on this many different things that goes on in Tanzania to stay open. So that was a legendary move by the former president. And may he rest in peace and power. And someone that inspired me to come to Tanzania. And so with that, we built this incredible schedule, and I work with our partners that I didn't even know, but it was a great introduction from one of my associate that traveled to Ghana with us and was a part of our community that was at one of my Tanzanian partners' business office there in Tanzania, and she mentioned that Bomani is looking to come to Tanzania, and he's still trying to work out who he's going to work with in Tanzania. And that person was just building their tour business. And so we was able to connect and we've been working together for the first 4 years of our Tanzania journey and the first four tours. So looking to continue that partnership. And I'll also talk more about the tour operators, especially towards the next set of conference calls. But just wanted us put that out there. So general terms again, it's the terms of our entire journey, and it explains many different things, and it's something that I want individuals to read. When you get an email with your receipt, it always give you a link and give you uh, explanation that overview itinerary general terms are on this link, which is what you're looking at. Visa information, which we're going to get into, and I have the visa information that I sent to everyone via email. English to Kiswahili language translation. Uh, so for anyone that's trying to learn some of the basic translation, you have a nice 4-page detail that's in our tour book that will be printed and updated, which you will have with you so you can always open your book and use some of the terminology. And I'll also encourage our tour guides and tour operators and staff and crew to do more interaction. Improving your immune system. My best recommendation whenever you go into an equatorial or tropical country to just do your best to get your body, mind, and soul ready. For those who want to take certain vaccination and want to do certain things, it's all up to you. There are no mandatory vaccinations that I can say you have to take this or you won't be let into the country. Yellow fever is one of those things that are more common as far as recommendations for anyone that's traveling to the African continent or traveling in anywhere where you may have malaria or may have or which may be considered the yellow fever zone. So whether you take the yellow fever or you bring malaria pills, 100% all up to you. I'll be one of the first people to tell you that I don't take any of those things, but at the same time too, you're blessed with a tropical bloodline of Jamaica and our African ancestors. So I'm one of those people that never get sick at sea, never get sick on flight, never get sick in any parts of the world that I've traveled to. And I've traveled to 6 different continents, uh, over 36, 37 different countries, from US Navy to this business to working for the airlines and just traveling on leisure. And so I tell people all the time, don't do what I do, because we may not have the same immunity and may not have the same blood flow or bloodline that causes you to just be safe to where you're not affected by different things. departure and reminder, that's one of the things I love to go over, especially like about a month before we travel. And it's a full 30 point that I go through, but at the same time, too, it's available up front to where it talks about preparation. It gives you reminders what to pack, what to bring, and also get into the different airlines that we use and baggage and information like that. So all of this is just very valuable information that we always recommend everyone read 100% and then jot down questions and reach out to me individually or also just connect with me doing a group conference calls. And so I'm gonna move on from here and then go to a few other details and open up things for questions and answer, so we can talk about certain information. So this link represent my YouTube page, which built in 2007 to showcase all the videos that shoot in Africa, and someone like myself, that's what I like to do as far as just you can say your hobby, you can say there's something that you just enjoy doing. I enjoy just recording videos, documenting videos, interviewing people, people interviewing myself, and all of the works that I've done is on this YouTube channel. This bunch of videos that we did in the earlier years of traveling in 2004 that I did not upload. But my journey started by by creating video documentation in Senegal, and that was March of 2004. So I do have a VHS, which was converted to a DVD that I have, but I did not upload that video. It was just more raw footage. But I did upload the second journey I took, which was April of 2004 to Egypt with one of my favorite person in the history, which is Dr. Ranoka Rashidi, which I learned to do organized journeys from him based on what we do currently. So that was a great investment, just working for the airlines and this, back in the days, when you're younger and you're just here in Atlanta and you're just making certain money, I was just thankful to just have a great job where I was just able to just pay for one of these tours, which sometimes people say are expensive, but to support someone as great as Dr. Renaud Rashidi and just learning from him about Egypt and learning from him about tourism. He's one of the greatest person that's ever done this business. And he has taken people like all over the world, lots of parts of different, or say, a lot of different parts of Africa, but also many different countries outside Africa. We primarily focus on Africa. Outside of Africa, I've been to Brazil as far as taking groups, and that was to connect that history from where majority of our stolen African ancestors were brought, and Brazil was a big part of it, which still retains incredible culture. I wanted to go there and just shoot a whole bunch of documentation and show the connection. But outside of that, I don't even have Brazil on the schedule anymore. I just want to specifically focus on Africa and show the best parts of Africa. So it said right here, 4,009K videos. I'm a few uploads away from 5,000. The system doesn't tell me if I'm at 4,999 or anything like that. This is what it shows. So I know I'm close. So I have a few more videos to upload, and I have lots other videos to also upload. So it will say 5K soon, which would be a milestone. And then even the 30,000 subscribers. I primarily shoot videos on roots and cultures and do interviews. And then, I do have a few other videos outside of this, what we do to show nightlife and things like that. But I'm not one of those people that are popular because, I don't get into a bunch of drama. I just like to show roots and culture about Africa. And, I do show other videos, but I don't get into whatever is mainstream or if there's something going on with this artist or this popular person. You're not going to see me do a YouTube live, which I don't do anymore because YouTube live is just corrupted with trolls and haters. And if I'm focusing on sharing information, I don't need a bunch of crazy people in the chat room sending messages or trying to get onto the live show and distracting me. However, I do have some live shows in the past. Some people may find it entertaining, some people may find it educational, but I stopped doing those because I want to show the more of a seriousness with us. So, we do have a level of diversity as videos. So even when you stroll down what you'll see, somehow it just creates these for you videos, which you never know what it may showcase. And then you go down to videos, it's showing the latest videos all the way back to the first videos, if you just click on video. But what I want to share with you is the multiple playlists, all of the journeys that we've taken in the past. What you see is, and let me move this thing over. Sometimes this, I think it should show view all. All right, that's another way to do this. All right. So once you go to multiple playlists, it will just showcase all of our journeys and you'll see near Tanzania. So this was the last Tanzania journey. It's 90 videos, which and a nice a small group of us, and then you'll see you'll see three other Tanzania playlists, and it showcases basically all the things that we have done in Tanzania. So everything that you see in the current schedule, we have videos on it, all the museum, all the places that we have visited, travel. And so anyone that's always just trying to get a feel of what we do in a specific country, we have videos on it. And as time go along, you just do your best to just record some of those similar videos in a different way, and also more videos to showcase the country in its fullness, to give you an idea of how the country is, how our group movement looks, how we're dressed, how we move around. And that's one of the visual ideas. And also the other social pages that I'll showcase, it just shows us mainly pictures, but YouTube is primarily set to just show all the video documentation. And as you scroll down, you see more different playlists. And all of the conference calls are going to be on this playlist that's the Africa Tours Investment conference calls and interviews all lumped in together. So this was my last video, which I shot on Zoom because I refuse to shoot anything on YouTube Live anymore because you know, you don't have to do anything to generate a whole bunch of haters. So you always just appreciate your supporters, the people who love you, and also the haters, and also the people who just feel whatever way they feel about you, and wondering like, why are you going to Africa? Why don't you stay in America? Why would why you wouldn't, judging you for whatever, which don't matter to me. They're free, we live in a country where it's freedom of speech, so you're free to share, say whatever you want to share, but my goal is to not get distracted. So I usually do my best to this. I have a lot of people that I always want to interview and people that I want to interview myself. So I'll try to my best in my schedule throughout the week to just set up those interviews. Sometimes they're consistent, sometimes they're not, but they always get loaded on here. So you'll see conference calls and interviews that go back all the way for 19 straight years. And the last let me see. Yes, this is the last Tanzania um, conference call that we did, and it's entitled Tanzania Tour Itinerary. So for any conference call we do, you can just always go back on here and just check it out. And then when you scroll down, there's more and more playlists and different things that we talk about because I'm a diverse person that try to get into different conversations, and all of it is primarily about mainly us as a people from from the Americas, representing North America, Central America, South America, and also our Caribbean community, which I'm a member of, from Jamaica, and also from a U.S. citizen here in the U.S. So that's our region, and that's primarily the group of people that travel with me, and it's going to be mainly. The United States and also Jamaica and other parts of the Caribbean community. That's where we have majority of our travelers. And from time to time we get different people from different parts of Europe. All right, so let me switch over and Facebook. Facebook, once you're on the Facebook page, you click on photos and you'll see a ridiculous amount of albums. And some have lots of photos, some have just a little bit. But as time go along, I'm always uploading different photos because I have a lots of photos. I have one of those high-tech media computers that I built, which has over 20 something terabyte of hard drive space. to share, to basically hold every single documentation that I've ever done in Africa on this drive. So even sometimes there's videos I haven't uploaded and I'll end up just getting to it and upload it, and also photos. But this album shows this all of our journeys throughout the period of time. And a showcase to where you can just always, visit and view the things that we have done over a period of time. And it just shows our growth because when you first start this business, there's no roadmaps to how you do this. You're just sharing your experience. And you'll see my son from he's a baby, meaning like 2 years old, me dragging him around the African continent to all the way up to uh, him being 14, 12 years of taking him around the African continent across 10 different countries until he get to the point where he's telling me that he want to spend more time with his friends and want to enjoy his time off from school with the spring break or the holidays because we travel a lot over those 12 years to different countries. And so you may not see him on some of the current journeys that we're traveling because he's working on building his career at 15 years old now, working on the things he wants to do, which I told him is absolutely fine. Whenever he's ready to travel with us again, he can always journey with us. So loads of playlists and all the way back to Atlanta 2010. All right, Instagram, another great social page, social network that we share everything that we do, and still got a lot of things to upload to Instagram, but it's already there's a lot of information on there. So you can always check those things out. It's on and all the links that I'm talking about is on our website. And then TikTok, sometimes I never know what to do with TikTok, but it allows me to create some unique videos and share them on other pages, and it's just all presentation. All right, next, I'll talk about the flight schedule. So all of our flights are booked on Delta Airlines or KLM. So everyone who has a ticket that's traveling with us, your ticket is completed and it's an electronic ticket. So once I send you that email, that is your ticket. And you can always print out your flight itinerary, which I recommend you do, and bring it with you to the airport to check in. But all of your booking information you're going to just need to do on the website. So since I talked about the KLM connection last time, which only a few of us at that moment was booked on KLM. I want to say ultimately about 8 flights are booked on KLM, and 22 is on Delta Airlines. And you know that's what worked out. So when I did the first set of tickets, it was just not working out. I was always trying to get everyone ticket to be processed to delta.com. But it didn't work out for the 8 set of people, but that's the way it ended up working out. But it's the same segment, Delta, KLM, Air France, Kenya Airways, Air Mexico, and maybe they have one or two other airlines. It's all part of the Delta Sky team. So if you are ever flying on any of those airlines, you can always use your Sky Miles. So what we're looking at now, once you're on delta.com, the main thing that you're going to do is click on My Trips. And for this segment, I'm going to grab a confirmation number. And then the first thing you do is just put your confirmation number, which was sent to you via email. And put in your first and last name and then click. And once you click, that's your booking details. So if you ever want to print or get a copy of your receipt or flight itinerary, you click to the top right where it say receipt, share, and more. So you can view your receipt showing that that ticket was paid in full. And you can print your itinerary and you can share your itinerary. You can get notifications and you can add it to the calendar. Then you move down. If you ever want to upgrade any of your seats, you can upgrade it. If you ever feel like you need to change any of your flights, you have 100% accessibility. It's your ticket. I confirm with everyone that's traveling with us that your electronic ticket was received, so you have taken ownership of it. And those are the first set of things I do. And I send the email out and I send a text message and I put myself on standby. All right, accessibility. If you need a wheelchair, if you need any kind of accessibilities, you can click on that. Your passenger details, definitely don't cancel the flight. Baggage allowance, and then when you click on share more, you can, like myself, I have a Delta Sky Miles as a Sky Priority, so you can click on complimentary upgrades and add yourself to complimentary upgrades. Some of us may be qualified, some of us may not. So always recommend everyone get a Sky Miles, and right at the very top of the page it says Sky Miles. So it shows you different Sky Miles options. So you can always join Sky Miles, which I highly recommend. Um, I'm one of those people that have over 400,000 mileage. I've used them, but I have 400,000 miles. And my goal is to get to the 500,000 miles and get to the million miles sooner or later, and have the captain come out and shake my hand and give me an award. I saw that in a movie also, so I was looking forward to that. But I love Delta Airlines from my experience of working there as an aircraft technician to this flying on the flights and having a lot of my friends working there from different positions from the same thing, whether it's aircraft maintenance or gate agents or many of the different careers that they have chosen. This is one of the airlines that we're proud to, for it to be a part of our beautiful state of Georgia and the biggest employer in the state of Georgia. And I've employed lots of my friends and associates and people that I've known. So throughout the period of time, all of us have some kind of connection with Delta Airlines. And when you get on a Delta flight here in Atlanta, you're getting on a direct flight to whatever part of the world you're going to. Now, when you scroll down, this is a flight sequence. I'll be connecting to JFK to meet with all of the people that's leaving from JFK. And our flight will leave from JFK to Amsterdam. So we'll all be on the 5:45 p.m. flight. And then we'll have a 3 hour and 15-minute layover, give me enough time to get myself organized and be at the gate to meet and greet everyone, shake everyone, and give everyone a hug, welcome them to the journey of a lifetime, and just introduce as many people as I can. So usually we set meet and greet 2 hours before the departure flight. So the same thing for those who meet me in JFK, we'll meet up 2 hours before the flight at the departure gate. And for everyone that's connecting to Detroit, connecting to Atlanta, be at the gate 2 hours before. And then by that time, we'll do introduction and you'll know everyone that's going to be flying from that city. So you'll be able to connect with everyone and, be able to just look out for each other and just get off the plane together and then meet all of us at the same gate in Amsterdam. And scrolling down, this is our return. So also, once you get on here, you can click on show more flight details. And then any requirements for you to upload your passport and things like that, just take your time and try to work it out as best as possible. And if you run into any problems, just let me know. But here, the seats have been selected.
It's
Oh, go ahead.
um okay, going back to the flight from Atlanta, is it a flight from Atlanta directly to Amsterdam?
You'd have to let me know because you have to let me know who you are and then let me know about your booking details because you'll be able to verify what it shows right here. Like we're gonna be leaving from JFK to Amsterdam directly. So let me know your name and so I can be clear. So I could be clear.
Lawanda Gray.
Yes, your flight is gonna be leaving along with nine other people. Your flight is gonna be leaving directly from Atlanta, um, directly to Amsterdam.
Okay, okay. I just didn't know if it was supposed to be in, somewhere else. Okay, we're together.
Yes, so the one of the things I'm looking to explain to everyone is just please just make sure you look right here in the sequence and see and verify. Like in your case, yours will say Atlanta to Amsterdam
Mm-hmm.
and then Amsterdam to Kilimanjaro. And once you click on the exact details, it's just going to show the flight right here and showing this is the only layover for us in JFK, but yours will show the same thing. Your only layover will be in Amsterdam. Or I
Okay.
mean, from JFK, our only layover is Amsterdam. But some people have different sequence. So anyone else that's on the call that needs clarity, definitely let me know. so I can give you clarity. But definitely log into your Delta or KLM booking and then check out this sequence so you're clear.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, as far as seats, going to Amsterdam and leaving from Amsterdam, your seats are complimentary for for the KLM and the Delta booking. Now, when you're leaving from Amsterdam to Tanzania and from Tanzania to Amsterdam, unless you have like silver medallion or which is a sky priority, which I was able to select my seats complimentary. Uh, you may have when you're looking for your seats, it will definitely charge you for seats, priority seats. So you can either pay for priority seats or you can wait till you check in and the gate agent or the agent will literally assign a seat to you. You can always just let them know your preference of seats. But for those who have Delta Sky Miles, the best thing that you can do before you select any seats is add your Delta Sky Miles or any Sky Miles that you number that you have or any frequent flyer miles that you have to the system, whether you're logged into Delta or KLM, and save it and then refresh the page and then proceed with selecting your seats. Uh, in our case, we're able to get complimentary seats on every single flight on the KLM portion to Tanzania and back from Tanzania. It's not going to be the case for everyone, but if you are in that situation, it's up to you to either pay for priority seating because then you have access to select the seats that you want. If not, which is absolutely fine, this is all up to you. You can pay it or you can just wait for when you get to check in and you'll be assigned a seat. You are guaranteed a seat unless they want a lawsuit, which they're not going to put themselves in that situation and say that, well, we don't have a seat for you. These are professional operations where their logistics and how they work it out is incredible. Uh, so that's up to you. And then anyone who wants to upgrade to economy, comfort, business class, first class, or whatever else is being offered, you're more than welcome to pay for those upgrades. And scroll
Um,
down. Go
oh
ahead.
my, can we get credit for the mileage?
Yes. So, do you have a Sky Miles number?
Yes,
Yes. So, did you put your Sky Miles in the system?
I did.
Okay, perfect. So, once you put your Sky Miles in the system, you'll get credit for the flight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm also recommending. And some people have Sky Miles and some people don't, but I will always recommend that everyone make sure that they have a Sky Miles number and make sure they put it in the system. If you run into issues on adding your Sky Miles to your flight, which I always recommend to do it now versus when you get back, it's just better to do it ahead of time. It's logged into the system. And in this case, over here, it will say Sky Miles member, and then to the left, it will say silver medallion. That's verifying that there's a Sky Miles number added to the system. And then while I'm proceeding, anyone have any questions, just unmute yourself. And the same thing while I'm going through these information. All right, and on the return, the same thing. Seats are selected. And then for anyone who want to add trip protection, you can add trip protection, but you can also just purchase travel insurance from Alliance. That's part of the link that we have in departure reminder. So you can always just add that before you travel, or you can add it ahead of time. But I'd rather for you to just get a full, uh, get a full. Let me see. This is trip protection, but what is my get full travel insurance? That's about get full travel insurance, which includes your ticket and which includes your accommodations and everything. And then if you need to add anything for sick services and things like that, they give you all these options when you purchase travel insurance. But the link down here is just showing for trip protection. So it also shows this is what it's also explaining. Um, emergency medical transport, emergency medical care, trip cancellation, trip interruption, baggage delay, travel delays, and things like that. But if you just purchase as a separate travel insurance through like Alliance, you may have more than that covered. But it's always just up to the individual. And so even down here, recommended offer sold by Alliance Global Assistant. So you can always click down here and just kind of just modify your travel insurance and make sure it covers all the things that you needed to cover. So this is the link, and you'll also see this similar thing on KLM, or you can just go to Alliance Global Assistant in general and just set up yourself for the travel insurance. All right, so that is the full flow of our Delta booking. Um, Anyone have any questions, let me know, and I can go through any of the details that we have gone through. And this is similar to KLM. The KLM site may be a little bit different as far as navigation, but it's the same things that you can process. It's just laid out a little different. All right, so family, at this moment, questions and answers are open for our booking on Delta and KLM. That way, everything could be cleared. That way, I can work on a process to move forward to other things. And then, in general, if you still have questions about anything with your booking, you can always call me or reach out to me. All right.
So with our visa, do we have to wait like a certain length of time before the um the trip?
No, when I sent the visa email, you're more than welcome to start the process. The only thing that I put in the email or recommend is that you do it before October 20th, which is not the deadline or anything. You can do it's completely online, so you don't have to mail in your passport because some of us travel and move around. So going to countries like Tanzania and Kenya is perfect because you don't ever have to give up your passport. Uh, the countries that I know you have to give up your passport and submit your passport to is in West Africa. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
All right, absolutely. And so family, the line is open for anyone who have questions with a booking. And in a few, I'm going to go through the visa details in full after I go through the Air Tanzania information, which will be sent to you via email this weekend or this week. All right, so if no one has any questions on the Delta and the KLM flight booking, let me continue with screen sharing. And if anyone does, just chime back in and I'll get back to it. All right, so from our Delta booking, let's proceed to Air Tanzania. And in this case, I'm going to go back. All right, it is taking its time. All right, and similar to Delta and KLM, once I send you the Air Tanzania ticket, which is a ticket that you need to print off, it'll be in PDF. What it will have is your booking details. So once you go to airtanzania.co.tz, which a link will be provided in an email, you go to view booking, view my booking. All right, let me grab a PR number. So you'll put your PNR number or your confirmation number, and then you put your surname, which is your last name, and then view booking. All right, so this is, and I don't want to showcase people information on a live recording because a few of us are booked together. So I'll leave it at that to where you can see your outbound flight, which is Arusha to Zanzibar Island. So you're going to confirm that your flight is leaving just like on the tour itinerary. You're leaving November 25th, which is a Tuesday at 8 a.m. So our goal is to get to the airport no later than 6:30. So we're going to be physically leaving from the hotel at 6 o'clock, and we'll work out early morning wake-up calls and get the kitchen to have breakfast to go or have breakfast available early. That way we can proceed from, and the good thing is we're in Arusha. Last time I took Air Tanzania, we had to drive 1 hour from Arusha back to Kilimanjaro, where we literally took our flight incoming or inbound. So it was, the era of COVID-19. So the flight schedule was very strange, but we made it work. Uh, but in this case, Arusha is live and up and running. Arusha Airport, which is about a 20-minute drive from the city where we're going to be in, because we're going to be staying in the city of Arusha. Uh, so once we make it there and we check in, and we're gonna go through more of those details. You're looking at an hour and 10-minute flight to Zanzibar Island. So you get there at 9:10 in the morning. And and also you're allowed one check bag, like one 50-pound check bag. If you have another check bag, just be prepared and definitely bring an equivalent of $30 to $50 in Tanzania shillings. Yes, they do accept credit cards and things like that, but I just don't want the same situation to happen when we first went there in November 2020. And we had a few individuals that literally decided to use their credit card. And next thing you know, I'm looking over while people are being checked in, people being told to go to an ATM machine to get Tanzania shillings. So I stopped what I was doing and went over to find out what's going on. And I heard this weird story that our credit card machine is not working to accept payment. And so I'm like, I don't want any of our travelers to be delayed. So you guys gonna have to hold the flight because, I mean, how does your card machine not work? But you can't sit there and argue with anyone in an international country or why things don't work. So that's why I always recommend everyone have Tanzania shillings to pay for your extra bag. And trust me, they accept cash always. Africa is a cash-oriented operation. So for those of us who always like to use our credit card, our debit cards, be prepared to have local currency at all times, which I'll make sure every day or every other day we take it to a Forex bureau, or we'll bring a money exchanger on the bus, or we'll give you access to exchanging your big 50s and 100 US dollars to get local currency. You give them 20s and 10s. You look for a lower yeah, lower conversion rate. So you can get money when you first get to Kilimanjaro. You'll see a Forex Bureau. Definitely recommend you get some cash uh, converted. And then the next day, we'll literally, before we even take you anywhere, we'll take you to a Forex Bureau because when you go to museums and anywhere, you're going to want to shop. And I want to make sure that no one loses out money by giving anyone any US dollars. Make sure you convert your money. All right. All right, so on that note, just want to be clear about the baggage situation, and we'll definitely make sure you have access to a Forex bureau the day before, and we'll definitely do the reminders because we do a whole lot of reminders when we travel. Only thing that we always say to everyone when we're on the bus, myself as a tour organizer, the tour leader, along with the tour guide, please, when we're talking and sharing information, just hold your conversation because if you miss out on valuable information, it's not up to us to, it's going to be your responsibility. Now, if you need to talk about anything once we finish and get off the bus and we're getting ready to go back to the hotel and have dinner and so on, and you see me, you're not clear about something, definitely let me know. And then also in our group WhatsApp page, these are things that I would post on a daily basis. So you can always check it. But we have fluent and direct communication about everything that we do. We spend a whole lot of time going through preparation. And then when we get into the country, it's the same thing that we do nonstop, nonstop. As a ex-US Navy military person that you work in uh, aircraft maintenance, and you're part of the whole logistic operation world of schedules and how things are planned, and you're getting briefs and things like that. It's just a way of my life since I was 18 to now 47, and it's just how I operate to get anyone organized, no matter if we're doing this business or any business that I do, and make myself available with immediate direct communication at all times. So I'm always telling anyone, never be afraid to call me, text me, email me, or talk to me. I'm available. It's my responsibility to be available to communicate with you as someone that has invited everyone to travel to an international country that's directly on the opposite side of the world. Yeah, and we're not in the US military where you're moving on a ship in the middle of nowhere from country to country in the Pacific, but all of these things are part of your training that you're prepared to do any other business or anything that you do. So I like to just be more efficient than anyone else out there, be very competitive with being professional and organized. So on this note here, you get to Zanzibar Island at 9:10 a.m. and if you have a carry-on bag and your carry-on bag is taken from you because it cannot fit in an overhead bin, which mine is usually taken from me because it cannot fit, I'll always make sure that the agent that's taking the bag give me a tag for my bag, and I'll always confirm with that agent, am I gonna get my bag once the plane land and you're gonna take it off and put it to the side for me to pick it up, or do I need to pick it up in baggage claim? So those are some of the two options, and things get mixed up with these flight situations. But regardless, this is a direct flight, so your bag's gonna either be right there for you to pick up. And talking about your carry-on bags, naturally your check bags would be in baggage claim. But I've seen to where my carry-on bag that I check ends up at baggage claim. But usually I make sure and confirm with the agent before I go to baggage claim. My bag is not here. Is my bags and baggage claim? So these are the things that you have to communicate. These are professionals that work at the airlines, but they're also people, and they have a lot of pressure on them to move around and do many things. As this a person that you know work in the same business, so always respect their
Okay.
hard work and dedication, but also communicate with them, and they're there to communicate with you. Someone has a question.
Yes, what's the size of the bag for the
What size of bag?
carry-on?
The carry-on bags, like I have a roll-on and mine is 20-inch upright, and then I have a backpack. My backpack usually fits in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of me. So
So
yeah,
your
go
so
ahead.
your so your backpack didn't fit in the overhead bin, or are you talking about the roller?
Yeah, so I have two carry-on bags. One is a backpack. My backpack always fit on these small jets. It's a 60-seat aircraft. It fits in the overhead bin and also fits in the seat in front of me. However, my other carry-on, which is a 20-inch upright roll-on bag, it doesn't fit neither in the overhead bin or in the seat in front of me. So the agent is gonna ch when I walk to the aircraft, the agent is gonna give me a tag for the bag, and they're gonna put it in the rest of in an area where they just take all of your carry-on bags that cannot fit on the aircraft itself in the
Hmm.
overhead bin or the seat in front of you.
Right. So what is the size of the bag that will fit in the overhead bin?
A backpack.
Just okay. All right.
Unless you have a very small roll-on bag. 20 inch is one of the standards where you may see flight attendants and pilots moving along with, because they're usually flying a bigger aircraft, but if they're not, they have to do the same sequence. And usually they store theirs, since they're the flight crew, on the aircraft itself in the closet. And sometimes, that may be an option for you, but usually the closet space is very small on these aircraft. So I
Okay.
would say don't limit yourself, because you're going to be flying on a bigger aircraft on the Delta KLM flight sequence. So usually you want to have at least a 21-inch upright as your second carry-on bag, and you'll definitely be able to fit it in the overhead bin. That way you can carry more things with you on your carry-on. I'm just specifically explaining for a smaller aircraft to be prepared that your bags will be taken from you. That roll-on bag, which most of us have, will be taken from us, and that sequence that goes along with it.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. So the next thing is once we get to Zanzibar, you just fill out your paperwork and you proceed to immigration, and then you'll be in baggage claim. Once you get to baggage claim, get your bags together, and then all of us are gonna meet together, and we'll proceed to the exit together. And then you'll see a sign that say Africa for the Africans or Bomani Group, whatever they decide to put. Um, and you'll see, you see two different bus, and you have bus one and two. I'll explain the sequence of who's on bus number one and bus number two. But everyone who's a roommate or traveling together, you'll be on the same bus. So you have 15 of us on one, which is a Toyota Coaster, which is a 28-seat bus. Uh, and when you flip the seats in the middle together, then it makes it 22 seats. So you have more than enough space for all 15 of us on each of the bus. But on Zanzibar Island, that's the only bus that are available is the Toyota Coaster. So that's how we have it mapped out. And then, we'll proceed from there on once everyone bags and everything is all organized and one is all set. And the thing that we usually tell everyone before before the bus takes off, make sure you use the restroom. And then from there, we'll proceed an hour and 15 minutes to Kenwar Beach, which is on the northwest side of the island. And then naturally, once you get to the hotel for check-in, you'll be able to use the restroom again. But in case you have an emergency and you need to stop, um, I can only be on one bus, so you would have to talk. And then if I'm not on the bus with you, or just in general, there's going to be a tour guide on each bus. Communicate with a tour guide, and the tour guide will communicate with a driver that you have an emergency and you need to get to a restroom. So if they can't find you in an immediate restroom, they'll just give you an option to where they'll pull over, and you can always uh, pull over to the side of the country, side of the road, and do what you need to do. But the goal in this case, if you just give them heads up, they're gonna find a gas station, which is what we always do. But we just want you to communicate with us. We don't want no one feeling that they have to hold using the restroom for an hour and 15 minutes. And that's why we want everyone to use the restroom before we literally take off, the boat bus take off. And then when you get there to the resort, you can just proceed to use the restroom. Some of us have different bladder situation. I can't speak for everyone, so we just make sure that we are organized to accommodate anyone. And also, once I send you the ticket, you don't have to click on print all because some of the bookings were done. I work with another agent assist me to do. So it was a lot of tickets. So I work with them to where both of us are working to put the tickets together as best as possible. So you can just use the PDF that I'm going to send, which would be your specific ticket, and print off that PDF, and it'll be your actual ticket, and bring it with you, just like your flight itinerary for Delta and KLM. But don't click on print all. And as a matter of fact, you can still log in, but it's going to show a whole bunch of other people bookings. Most of them will book 4 to 6 people together. And we did our best to do what we needed to do to make sure that no one else bought up the tickets, because now it's 30 of us and we're trying to lock down half of a 60-seat flight. So that's why all these things are done way ahead of time, because it's the busy season. So from accommodations to all these things was reserved and taken care of months ahead of time. Because I know Tanzania, once you hit November, you have people from all over the world trying to visit Tanzania. It's one of the more incredible countries in Africa, especially since they have an island called Zanzibar, which is a similar experience for those who have traveled to Jamaica. I'm not going to say it's Jamaica. Jamaica is Jamaica, but this is a similar connection of what some people may experience in Jamaica as far as tropical beaches, seafood, and tropical life. All right, so let me stop from there. All right, so family, let me know if anyone have any questions about the Air Tanzania portion or anything in relevance to their Air Tanzania booking. And again, I will send everyone this week a specific PDF, and I would also text you that your Air Tanzania ticket is sent to you. Just go ahead and print it off. All right, so on that note there, I'm gonna do screen sharing again and continue.
Well, Monty, real quick, it's Angela.
Go ahead.
I was just curious, how much money do you feel we would need to convert into their currency?
I,
Ballpark.
I don't know. I'll say $400 to $600. You don't have to do it all at one time. You could do 200 at a time, but it mainly depends on if you're looking to shop and also eat lunch. Lunch is the only thing that's not included. Uh, all your sites and everything else is taken care of. So if you plan on doing a lot of shopping, I would say go ahead and convert more money. And we're looking to do get you to a Forex bureau at least every day or every other day, but try to just make sure you get enough for at least a few days. And then when we're leaving from one airport to the next, you have access and options for you to convert your money. So the main thing is bring as much US dollars as you need, and then just convert it as time go along based on your needs and based on what you're looking to do.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so family, before I proceed, anyone has any questions of any of the things that we've talked about? All right, so back to screen sharing. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is open up an email. All right, this was the email that was sent to everyone. I'm going to, and it will give you a reference for your visa. The reference comes from Tanzania Embassy. So you just click on that reference, or you can click on the visa direct link. And in this case, what I'm going to do is open up a new tab and I'm going to paste so I don't have to click on the link. All right, so let me go back here. So in this visa detail, once you click on the link, it will take you here. And then all the things that you're going to need for this visa application. And it gives you an overview of the 9-part online application. And as time go along, some of these things do change, but I try to give the most updated overview. But the main thing you're doing outside of your personal information that you put is you're going to look at host details. And so in this block right here that you're looking at, this is the information that you would need from us. And make sure that it's all there. That way you can copy and paste or type it in. So outside of that, it's up to you to put in your personal information. Now, as far as when you're doing the visa, you're going to need 3 uploads. You're going to need a upload preferably a PDF copy of your Delta or KLM ticket. And so once you log into Delta or KLM, it does give you an option to print your flight itinerary, or you can if you want to take a screenshot of it, you can do that. So that's what I went through at the beginning with the Delta Airlines booking details, and I went through last time with the KLM bookings. But you can, and if you have issues with getting access to it, I'll do my best to assist you or do it for you, and then to send you an email of your PDF ticket. So with clarity of that, so it's a PDF of your flight itinerary of your ticket on Delta and KLM. And then you need a scanned copy of your passport face page. That's your bio data page with your face on it and your information and your signature page, or you can just get away with just your bio data page. So make a nice scanned copy and save it as a JPEG. And if it's a JPEG, you can always resize your JPEG to fit the criteria of the upload that Tanzania want as far as size. If you run into trouble to where you're frustrated and your picture is too big and you need help, you can always call me or email me. And you can also send a copy of that image and I'll resize it for you, or just send you details on how to resize your your picture. Uh, so that's going to be an image of your passport and also a copy or image of your passport style photo. So those will be the 3 uploads that you'd have to have a copy of. So you can scan your passport style photo and then crop it, and the size usually work out. But if not, then you would get access to that picture, and then you right click on it, and Windows or Mac will give you an option to resize it, or I'll send you a general text of how to resize your photo. So proceeding, so there you are. You'll be on the visa.immigration.go.tz for your visa application system for Tanzania. So then you'll go and you'll do the new application, or if you did not finish your application, you can go back to continue application. And then once you have your visa all set, then you can go to, I would say within 2 to 3 days, you can go to visa status. And once your visa is completed, you'll get an email of it. So even when you start your application, look out for the email from Tanzania.
Bonnie,
Go ahead.
this is Doreen. I started my visa application and I got to the point where I was supposed to pay, but I didn't pay the money because I realized I uploaded the wrong itinerary, the wrong information. So my question is, do I have to start the visa process over? Because
What
I'm
do you
not
mean?
able to
What do you mean
correct.
wrong? What do you mean wrong information? You upload the wrong flight because you only have.
Yeah, I uploaded they wanted you to upload, I think, your return information, like when you're returning, when you're leaving the country.
Well, what they want to see is your flight going and coming. So they do want to see a round trip.
I don't think what I uploaded was round trip though. I think I just uploaded, I'll look at it again, but I thought it was just showing the information for me going.
Yeah, so it's up to you. You can honestly send me your login details, and that's what I meant to even check with you earlier on. You can send
Okay.
me your login details, and I can literally check it out. Uh,
Okay.
and because usually once they give you the continuation to apply and pay, usually you can proceed. But if you're worried about certain things, I definitely understand. You can always cancel the application and start back over. But if you don't have your round trip together, you just have outbound and return, and you can't literally put it together. You can just always request for me to do it for you just via email. And
Okay.
I know I do have to connect with you so we can work out those things. I don't want anyone
Yeah.
to mess up their visa application or have to pay for it again or get denied because of that.
Okay.
And the worst case is you just cancel and start back over fresh
Okay.
if it allows you to do that option.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, so
So we'll do that later.
your booking is on Delta. Um, Delta does allow you to have a PDF of your actual booking, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which gives you a full round trip of your booking. And that's where, when I was logging in earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned, and this is Delta. All of us can go to the top here where it say receipt share and click on this link here and then print itinerary. So when you print your itinerary, you can also save it as a PDF, and then that PDF that you save, it will have your full sequence, and you just save it on your desktop or your document folder, and then later on you upload it. And then worst case scenario, if someone can't do that and work out the PDF, I would just do it for you and then send you an email with the PDF of your entire ticket. Um, so those are things that I can do in emergency situations, but I'm always trying to encourage everyone to do their best to get those things worked out. But for those who literally get to a point of frustration where it's problematic to you, don't want you to get too frustrated with this high technology operation because some of us are more technically inclined to how these things work and some are not, which is no shame to anyone. All of us woke up one day and everything was online, and everyone wants you to do everything online, including people like myself, saying that all of the information is on a website. Uh, so, uh, and then some people don't mess with computers like that, but that's what we do. We do technical operations here, so I'm more than welcome to do that. So I can definitely always connect with you if you're still not able to work it out. Just
Okay.
the ideal thing is this for the visa situation, send me your login information for the visa situation and just just give me a reminder in that same email that you also need a flight itinerary if you're not able to work it out.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. And so this is your Tanzania visa application setup. Everyone just do your best, and if you need assistance, see if you have someone in your family that can assist you. And if not, do reach out to myself. And if you just run into certain problems, just send me a detailed email with your login information. And I don't mind logging into your visa application to check if there's a mistake or check or help you upload something. Uh, but do my best to send out the email to where I'm encouraging everyone to do it. But throughout that process of all 30 of us doing these visa application, you're going to have a few people that may have issues with it, for different reasons, which is no shame. It's all good. And that's what we do here as a profession, help people with visas and passports and things like that. So um, any assistance that you need is included in your tour package. So whether you need more assistance or less, it's literally all good. So hopefully some people have been able to get their visas back and they clicked on the status and it shows that your visa is done and then give you the option to download or print out your visa. So your Air Tanzania ticket, your Delta or KLM ticket, and your visa completion or your approved visa, all those things need to be put together with your travel documents. That way you have them right there. And I usually have my little travel bag to where I just have all those things in it, from COVID-19 cards to yellow fever card to anything that I need to travel. That way, wherever I show up at, it's in my backpack. And if someone wants me to show a yellow fever card, or hopefully nobody's asking anybody to show a COVID-19 card, people like myself is prepared, as a world traveling a person that just, move around. I have those things organized. So those are the sequence that we have. And let me just click back to the website to where you have the visa details. So you can always request, for those who don't have it with them via email or can't find it, you can always type in your search in your email, Tanzania visa information, and it'll pop up. You'll see one or two visa emails that I've sent. So you can try that, or you can go directly to this link here, and then you'll see the full visa process. So family, from here, let me stop screen sharing. So yes, family, the line is open for those who have questions, and just want to make sure that I go through those full details as far as our international, our domestic flights, and also the visa process and the overview details for our tour. That way you can always visit the website and be clear on the specific itinerary. The itinerary does list all three hotels that we're staying at, and it does list the flow of the flights November 21st from Amsterdam, and then shows the return November 30th from Amsterdam, or I should say from Tanzania, which is Dar es Salaam Airport, to Amsterdam, that's the common flight that we have from Amsterdam to Kilimanjaro and from Dar es Salaam to Amsterdam, all on KLM. All 30 of us are on the same exact flights in those sequence. Only flights that we have that are different and it is our outbound connection flight to Amsterdam, and then our return flight from Amsterdam to the city that we came from. So all those things have been detailed sequence. I have spreadsheets, all kind of spreadsheets here, with the exact sequence from our roommate booking to the bus one and bus two, to just any sequence. And that's why I usually send those emails out, which everybody has replied back to, even with the t-shirt size that everybody needs, so that everyone can have one of our fabulous, incredible Africa for the Africans group t-shirt, which I have no idea what the colors will look like. It probably look more like this Tanzania soccer jersey that I have on, but I never know. When I get too creative to my creative instincts and create the different things that we create, whether it's the tour book or the t-shirts. You just never know what sequence I may come up with. But that's one of the one before this or the one after this was a white version, and then we had green, we had black, and I forgot the different colors we had, and we also had a blue. So. More than likely, I'll come up with a gold version. Never know, but that's the color and the sequence of what we do. Tanzania does have blue in there, so that's why I created the blue. But in general, you see the colors behind me and the colors that I'm wearing: red, black, green, and gold. And in some countries in Africa, you're gonna have, maybe additional colors. But some of these are the common colors on all African flags and the colors of the nation. So, family, the line is open for questions, and I can answer as many questions based on anyone who have questions. And once we are out of questions, that's the most I have to share for us tonight. Um, so that's definitely open right now for questions and answer. All right, and then if anyone wants to share anything in general or you want to do an introduction, which you will start working on, this is September, so we will be doing introductions in October, and then also on our final conference call in November, so we can hear more about individuals, and then we're hoping that everyone shows their face so you can actually see what everyone looks like that's traveling with us. But in general, I'm always recommending that everyone that's on WhatsApp put an image of themselves so we can learn each other's face. That way, when we see each other at the airport, we know who everyone is. And naturally, everyone always see myself, and so that would be ideal. So, family, line is open. So I'm open to answer any questions and go to anything, but I just want to keep these segments more where it's open for questions, and we don't do a long presentation because I've done more than enough presentations about our entire journey and all the things that we need to go over from when we start doing conference calls back in the beginning of the year in January.
Bomani, I know you said you don't typically get any vaccinations, but is that something that is required
Uh,
or
there's no
what's
vaccination required, but if you want to get yellow fever, that's what I would recommend.
okay?
I would recommend yellow fever if anyone is traveling to East, especially East and West Africa, and in general, just anywhere in Africa. That's your popular vaccination. But if anyone wants to get anything they want to get, definitely recommend you consult your doctor because while I'm being recorded on this video, I don't want to be liable for any situations because I'm not a doctor, don't have a PhD in medicine. However, I'm a person that come from a tropical country where we learn different ways of how to heal ourselves and different medicines and different things that we take. But that's just us. That's just me. I have my famous book that I like right here, Going Vegan, and building your immune system that I showed on screen sharing, which I'll get back to. Oops, let me do screen sharing again. Which is in this document here, improving your immune system, which will give you a whole lot of good, valuable information. Just recommendations, which things that you can use, or things that you can use at your own discretion. It's just information on health and wellness, uh, based on this natural health practitioner. Go ahead. Someone has a question?
This is Doreen. I was going to share my information and experience with the immunization, with the
Uh,
vaccinations.
go ahead.
I happen to have my yearly physical with my primary doctor, and she shared with me, her information on what vaccines I should have, and I also discussed this with her in the context of reviewing the information provided by the CDC, on the CDC website. I happened to have gone to India for my job years ago, and because I went to India, I had a polio vaccine. And that polio vaccine is a different vaccine from when we were kids. Because for the most part, all of us had a polio vaccine when we were kids. Well, there's a new strain or something, or whatever you want to call it, of polio. And they suggest that as an adult, you get a polio shot. So I would have gotten one if I had not already had one a few years ago when I went to India. So the polio vaccine was one that was on the CDC website, and it was also one that my doctor agreed with. Also, on the CDC website, they suggested that you get Hep AB and a hepatitis AB shot. It's a series of 3 shots. Well, again, when I went to India, I had 2 of the shots. I wasn't aware of the third one. So my primary doctor suggested that I get the third shot, the third Hep AB shot in that series of 3. Also, she suggested the malaria and typhoid. And for malaria and typhoid, I didn't get the shot because I could take the pills for it. I don't like shots. So I got the malaria pills with the instructions and everything, and I got the pills for the typhoid vaccine. Um, the CDC website and my doctor agreed with the DTaP, and I think DTaP stands for diphtheria, tetanus, and I can't pronounce the P, like pleuris or something, like the whooping cough. Well, I have a grandbaby, so I already had the DTaP. I got that like 2 years ago. And but that was on the CDC website as well. So you might want to check out the CDC website and see what it says. And again, talk with your primary. And my primary said, for example, that she didn't really feel it was necessary to do the yellow fever because she said I wasn't going to be in certain areas because I brought my itinerary, to my doctor's appointment. So she didn't think I needed to get yellow fever or cholera, but I'm actually considering the one for cholera because the CDC website and the person at Passport Health, where you go to get your vaccines when you're traveling, um, the Passport Health nurse suggested, I might want to consider the cholera. And I didn't get it, but again, I have the information, and there is a cholera outbreak in the areas that we'll be going. So that's all I got.
All right, well, appreciate you sharing it. And the only thing I want to add to that is everyone, it's up to you to do what you feel that's best for your health and wellness. Um, Regardless of my recommendation, the CDC recommendation, or anybody's recommendation, is entirely up to you. And I say that as a disclaimer because I don't want to be responsible for anything dealing with health and wellness. Again, I come from a unique situation of where I was born at and my family DNA to where my situation is different. So everyone have to approach their situation different and make sure. And there's nothing wrong with listening to any of us that's sharing information and also looking up anything online and talking with a professional and and talking with someone. Whether they've been to the country or not from the country, it entirely, at the end of the day, falls on you to make the decision that's best for you and your health and wellness. And also we have Deidre. Deidre, I haven't heard from you. Would you like to share anything with, since you're leading us and joining us on this journey also, you're always more than welcome to share anything since you're someone that has a phenomenal travel experience, someone that's been traveling the globe for, for a good time. And does anyone else that has experience in health, wellness, or traveling, Everything that we talk about would just be, is need to know information or information that we're sharing. So definitely, be free and be open to share your experience. We can all learn from every situation and learn from what everyone else has to share. And that's what I've learned, throughout my lifetime. Just learn to take information in. So the line is open. And family, all you have to do is just unmute yourself and then you can share. But after a while, if no one has any questions, I'm just gonna close the conference call. But I definitely want to let everyone know that I made myself available to go through our information, and I'll do the same in the next 4 weeks. And then also throughout the week, I'll be on standby. I'm, busy person, um, working my career and also working my two unique business. But nevertheless, I am available. Next person, go ahead. All right, so family line is
Well, I
open.
wanted to I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
let you know, Bumami, that I like your cap.
I appreciate it. I was in one of my favorite countries, Kenya, in April, and I was always looking for a hat like this, and we were out there in Mombasa, and
Oh, wow.
I'm always looking at. I was like, why is everybody over there shopping? And I'm not going to give you a hard time about shopping when you're supposed to be in the line with us for us to go into the museum. So I was like, let me see what the interest is going over, and I told the tour guide, just hold on, let's go see what's going on over there. And then I was like, wow, that's why everybody's in here. And I saw all of these unique things that they have, jerseys. And next thing you know, I was a part of the whole shopping crew. Well, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's my colors, red, black, green, and gold, the colors of our
Yes.
nation, the colors of Africa for the Africans, the colors of Marcus Garvey, the colors of Pan-Africanism. It's
Yeah.
it's our energy. So anytime I can see anything with these colors and Africa, we just make sure we add it to the ridiculous things I have in my closet.
Well, I like it. I have a brother that would love it.
Yes, absolutely. So family line is open. Charlie, you want to say anything? You have your kente cloth in the background. I usually inspire other people to get these unique things when we travel into Africa. And one day I'm gonna decorate things a little bit better, but this is my decoration background. I even have my Ethiopia, flag at the top right here. That's my Navy dog tags, and this is a list of my technical certifications, like stacks of them. And this the place is decorated. The bookshelf there's stacks of books, and there's a bunch of other things you can't see, videotapes, DVDs, things. You spend your time studying. To be effective on the things that you dedicate yourself, taking groups of people to Africa and being able to just create an incredible programs. And then, my technical certification, I mean, technical trophies there. I'm one of them people that, you work tech support when you're young and you score very high. They give you trophies, and these are my athletic trophies. So a person that's looking to move around, but for those who can't move around like some of us can, we always make sure we work it out for you, especially when you're on Zanzibar Island, because we don't want anybody complaining that this guy is just walking us through narrow paths of Stone Town and so on. So we just usually work it out. Remember we do have a tour bus. So if anybody ever does need to sit on a tour bus, and before we do any amount of walking, we're gonna definitely warn you, like we're about to do a 10-20 minute walk. If you can handle the walk, you can hang out with the bus driver in an air-conditioned bus, and he'll be driving the bus to the next location that we're gonna literally walk to. All right, so family line is open and we're gonna be closing in a minute. Last call for questions, last call to share anything that you want to share. So all you have to do is unmute yourself and talk, and then your screen will pop up on side by side with me. Uh, so family, once again, appreciate everyone taking time out their schedule to join us on the Tanzania Preparation Conference Call. If you had questions still, you can always post in our group WhatsApp page. You can text me on my mobile phone. You can text me on WhatsApp, and you can also call me directly on my mobile line or WhatsApp. or you can email me, or you can just communicate with me, and I'm available. If you communicate with me, I'll communicate back with you. The worst case would be if, would be later on that day, or hour, 2 hour, 15 minutes. This depends on what's going on my movements, but I will communicate with you. And worst case, I'll communicate with you the next day. But I'm always looking out for communication of anyone that's traveling with us as a priority for our current journey that's coming up, and just anyone that's traveling with us to Africa in general. That is my priority movement, more priority than my career, more priority than my other business. That's what I take as a priority. So your communication is always priority, and everything else I have to do is still priority. But that's my number one thing I'm looking out for. All of your names, phone numbers, and emails is on my phone, is on my email. So if you communicate with me and whatever, I'm gonna see your information, and I will do my best to communicate and answer you immediately. But if I can't, just send me a message and then give me a little time, and I'll get back to you immediately. And anyone that knows me or ever communicate with me know that's exactly what I do as a person. Just try to be as professional as possible and make sure that we have as much organized and we go through as much as possible. That way, when we're on the journey, because we will be moving, I already explained the logistic movement. You're moving from one city to the next. You're getting on international flights, domestic flights, you're getting on ferry boats, which is another thing I'll talk about, is our ferry boat ticket from Zanzibar to Tanzania. So that will be also emailed to you before the next conference call. Go ahead. Somebody have a question? So, all right, family. I appreciate everybody joining us. We're going to close to the conference call, and I'll work on the upload that I'll share with our group on our group page, and I'll upload to our the rest of the conference call videos that's in a playlist on YouTube. So you'll be able to have access to listen to the recording, or you can just look at the details that's on the website. But wanted to make sure that we go over all of the ticket information, because on the next conference call, definitely want to work on talking about ferry boat tickets and talk about other parts of of what we have going on. And then the final conference call, we'll just go over preparation information. As a matter of fact, the next conference call, we'll do that. And then when we do a conference call in November, which would be early November, we'll literally go over just an overview of everything. So I want to let everybody know that we made ourselves available to go over all preparation, and made ourselves available throughout the week. So when you do travel with us, do understand that we did that, and just go with the flow from there on. If you didn't read anything or look at anything, I'm not here to judge anyone for any of those things. Or if you never join a conference call, we're just here to do the part that we need to do, and it's up to you to be responsible for the rest. All right, so family, on that note, you take care and have a great night.